Lucerne is stunning, and its waterside promenades invite leisurely walks to its well-preserved old town. The likes of Queen Victoria, Goethe, and Mark Twain have found it to be a favorite holiday destination. Carved in the cliff face of this former sandstone quarry, this monument of the dying lion is one of the symbols of the city. This piece commemorates the death of Swiss guards defending the king from French invaders. Mark Twain has written that the wounded lion is the most moving piece of stone in the world. But perhaps the city's most famous landmark is a 170-meter wooden bridge spanning the Reuss River in Lucerne's old town. Dating back in the 12th century, the Chapel Bridge, named after St. Peter's Chapel nearby, is the oldest wooden covered bridge in Europe. Its unique wooden paintings depicting Catholic images and the city's history are not seen anywhere else in Europe.
This wooden bridge has been burned once, so not all the wood are original.
Of the 147 originals, only 30 paintings were restored after the fire. Today, the bridge is a favorite place to get a good view of the old buildings over the water and mountains that surround the city. One of the most imposing peaks towering over Lucerne is Mount Pilatus. The mountain has inspired many legends since the Middle Ages. Named after the Roman governor Pontius Pilate, who condemned Jesus to his crucifixion, the mountain is said to be his final resting place, after the waters of the Tiber and Rhone rivers rejected his corpse. The majestic peaks of Pilatus also inspired an old legend, which tell of dragons residing in its hidden caves. Today, I revisit an aircraft facility named after the famous mountain. Accompanied by my good friend Hans, who lives in nearby St. Gallen, we were welcomed into the facility by Fred Muggli, whom I have known from the past visits.
I'm glad to show you the NG this time.
Oh, yes, I would love
to. If you have the time, take you on a ride.
I would love that. It's been a while since I've flown here in Switzerland.
A few years ago, my friend Supap and I flew a Pilatus PC-12 around the world, and it proved to be such a great aircraft. So I was excited to see the current developments. Fred and Teddy Spichtig show us around the hangar.
On the upper side, we have the INAV, the Integrated Navigation Display, with the waypoints list and the flight management.
Learning about the advancements made on the new aircraft, I was excited to take a short flight with Teddy and Hans around Mount Pilatus. Put the power on, I could feel the 1,200 horsepower engine pulling this aircraft for a short field takeoff. Getting back on the pilot seat of the PC-12 was a real joy. But I wasn't prepared for the view waiting for us as we passed between mountain ridges. nice smooth handling allowed us to weave in and out of valleys and over Lake Lucerne with ease. Its improved ailerons make it more effective even on slow flights. As we climbed, I felt like the snow-covered peaks of Pilatus were within an arm's reach. I was so mesmerized by the sight of the mountains, the lake, and the city below. This is truly the best view of Switzerland one can ever get. Scaling the snow-capped heights of Mount Pilatus and flying high over the lake and surrounding cities must be the same flight pattern taken by the dragons of old.
Well, it's really nice to get a chance to fly the PC-12 again. It's a far cry from the older one. I think it's much smoother ride.
Yeah.
You know, it brings very good memories. Of course, being in Switzerland always reminds me of Pilatus.
Thank you very much anyway for coming. It was a great pleasure as usual.
And we hope to be back next year.
Maybe better weather. You know?
Have to get a new one, huh?
Fire-breathing or not, the Pilatus PC-12NG proved to be a beast of an aircraft. Coming up next, I follow the Rhine River all the way to Germany and discover magnificent things along the way. Find out what they are after the break.